Her name is She. Yeah, so we're back, Eurovision fam. Hello, everybody. It is January 14th. Good evening if you're watching from Europe. Good morning if you're watching from out here in the Bay. And good afternoon if you're out where Lili Loves is on the East Coast. But you're probably going to be in more than any of those three places. Ciao, everybody. It's good to see you.
Ciao. Oh, you changed up your facial hair.
I
I'm
did.
just not noticing
I,
that.
I made that decision last night because of a national final song, but
Mhm.
that's not a song that we're going to be talking about today. I will when it comes up in the topic, I will bring up what song exactly that was that made me do this. So uh,
Okay. Are
after
you
two
winning
Modelo's
said
at 2 a.m.
hello?
Anyways.
Evening. Gonna be running after Ireland. I have a lot of thoughts to talk about regarding one of those artists. Okay, I'm curious
Interesting.
as to
Okay.
your thoughts because I have thoughts about Ireland too. Pretty
I
hardcore.
also have some thoughts. Probably not as many thoughts as you, but I got some.
No, lots of thoughts about Ireland. Augusta Dominguez, hello, friend, or
Hey,
as they
Gastro.
say, amigo. Uh, sorry, that was
Oh my
awful.
god.
Hi, Cody C. How are you tonight? Today, whatever it
Cody
is.
C. Hey, how you doing?
And yeah,
Amigo.
so we got stuff happening.
Hmm.
We got things to talk about. Let's kind of just go over some stuff. So the only article we have on the site is an explainer on Melodi Grand Prix that went up, I think, on Thursday.
Hmm.
I wrote it. Hello, you can read my terrible writing. And it just kind of explains the process of how like the contest works. Y'all watched it yesterday, hopefully, so you kind of know a general idea of like the process there. But basically, we're gonna have a 9 songs a 9 song final. After the semifinal is all settled.
Hmm.
Yeah, not much to say about Melody Grand Prix structure.
Interesting
And
format this year. Very interesting format.
yeah, just wanted to touch, and then I wanted to talk about something else. It's kind of really short. Musty is going to be is asking for people to sing in his little choir, for backing vocals, which I feel like Dathi did it first.
Yeah, they did do it first, and he included everybody's voice who like was submitted.
And also another part of it is a matter of like, how do I phrase this? I'm happy someone else is doing it at the same time because
Hmm.
like if you're going to have backing track at Eurovision, be creative with it.
Hmm.
And this is a way of being creative with it. And that's kind of why I'm so much like I'm pro backing track at Eurovision. But I feel like if you're gonna have a backing track, you have to like be interesting with it. Because if you don't, it just comes off as kind of lazy to me.
Yeah, I completely agree. Sometimes it sounds like you're relying on it, or that you're using the sound of the backing track as the baseline for how to perform. Nah,
Yeah.
you can have to kind of go in there raw. Like that's just I feel like part of the philosophy of Eurovision performance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So let's see here.
So
That's all I
join
had.
Musti's participate with Musti. Go
I
ahead,
know.
find
And
out how
then
you can
if
participate with him.
if you had it's a special website. I have a link of it in the description box. And if you do this one along with the one you did Dathi, you can have your name on the credits of 2 Eurovision songs. And not a lot of people can do that.
Mm-mm.
Even people who went to Eurovision don't have that.
I missed the
Um,
Dadi bus, so this is my turn. Yes,
your turn, all right.
this is my turn.
Okay. We're gonna go on to the next kind of topic. Georgia announced that they did an internal selection.
Hmm.
They are gonna be sending through Nusta. Nope, it's Nutsa. Nutsa Baza. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, ma'am. Natsa Buzaladze. I
That
think I
sounds
got that
right.
right.
That sounds
Nat-
right.
Natsa
I
Buzaladze.
should not be talking, but it's me.
So it was an internal selection, which kind of makes me a little sad.
Hmm.
Um, but recently they've been doing Georgian Idol to choose their singer. This
Which is an
time they just
unreliable format for
well
selecting.
they've had good singers.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll even defend like the weirdness that was turning. Like at
it
least it was interesting.
was very
Okay,
interesting. It was quite interesting.
is if you're gonna send something that's kind of like questionable, if you're interesting with it, I don't care. It's
Hmm.
when you send something that's questionable and boring, or even worse, just boring. Like, don't bore us. like at all.
Like,
Anyways,
throw it at the wall. You got to go crazy with it if you're gonna be looking in that direction.
but yeah, instead of Georgian Idol, they went ahead and used American Idol, which I don't know anyone who's watched that show in like 20 years at this point.
Literally, like, who was like the? I think I stopped watching when Jordan Sparks won, and that was, I want to say, 2008.
I don't know. I feel like it
So
was probably before.
it's been like 15-ish years. I feel
Yeah,
like
it's
for
been a
me,
while since I
but I
watched.
loved American Idol. Like, that was my show for a while.
Yeah,
No, I
so
officially stopped watching when that like deep voice country guy won. He beat that Filipina lady. Anyway,
okay, I have lots of thoughts about country music on American reality TV shows. Um,
oh, I've seen quite a bit myself.
and the reason why country does so well on those shows, like someone who sings country, is
Mhm,
because most of the people who actually watch the shows and vote are people who like live in the rural South. So like
mhm,
they're the only people who actually take the time to vote, and
mhm.
that's why you see so many country artists winning American talent shows
Bring your
because
boots and
people,
hats.
because like people who don't listen to country music don't watch those shows.
Mm. I'm
Anyways,
very far from the South. I'm conceptually and physically so far from the South. But
yeah, I'm
yeah.
sorry, we kind of went off on a tangent, but yeah, she made the top 12, and now she's gonna be going to Eurovision for Georgia. So we'll see what
Mhm.
happens. Just looking at some comments here.
Days in a row. I'm
Dallas
thinking I know.
Downey. Nutsa is so talented. She has the range of a girl who sings "Keep the Faith," but got her soul grown so good, very powerful. Okay, so like she kind of has the same range of Tamara Gachizalazzi, I think was her name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tamara. No,
which
Taco. It was
yeah.
Taco.
Oh, she went by Tamara though at
Oh yeah, you're
Eurovision.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my
Um,
gosh, I forgot about that. Yeah, she
yeah,
went by Tamara.
I think it's because people were making taco jokes before we got to,
Yeah.
Eurovision,
No
which
taco jokes. No taco
not
jokes.
I
She's
don't
a
do
singer.
those.
She's the artist. She's
I
the
don't know.
vocalist.
I have a thing about people who like make fun of people's names.
Yeah. It's
It just
really
really
effed up.
irritates me.
It's messed up. It's really messed
I
up.
mean, yeah, like I was like, I can't. People can't help what their name is, and like when you're making fun of someone's name and it's like a different culture, then you're kind of like,
You come off as
mm.
stupid.
It's like
You
I mean, I know in high school there was a kid went to school with who got teased because his name was Nebuchadnezzar, um, which I
mhm,
think is like a pretty rough one to walk around with.
mhm,
But like I feel like that's kind of a little different because it's like it's not like a cultural difference.
mhm,
It's like a really like you got that old man name
mhm.
thing, but yeah, no, I don't like it when people make fun of names. It really does bother me.
Last little
Um,
point, and then we can get back on topic. But
yeah.
I will criticize like anytime Filipinos have a name that is just way too cheesy. Like, I have relatives, Barbie, Bless, and Cherry. Guess which one is the girl? Anyways,
Wait, I mean, hey,
Filipinos' names can just get really strange, but I reserve the right to criticize that. Augusto says, she gives me vibes of serving See You Next Tuesday, and I hope she does serve See You Next Tuesday and gives the girls and the gays everything we need. I think there's a good chance of that. I think there's a pretty good chance of that. If you're like
yeah,
12 in American Idol, then yeah.
I want her to give us like attitude and just like something big. I feel like it's gonna be a
Mhm.
ballad,
Oh,
but
please,
it's gonna be like an
please.
interesting ballad. I feel like
I need a good, like, alternative-y, different kind of ballad. And she seems younger, so I'm kind of using that as like a jumping point to say that the
yeah,
song's gonna be more modern.
yeah.
You know? Whew. Come on, Georgia. Make it my top 10 this year, please, please, please. I really want you up there.
I
Because
would
you're
love
my
to
top
have
10 in junior every year. So like let's
because
get on
Georgia,
it.
when it comes to junior, is just like amazing. So Dallas Downey says she has a soulful growl and powerful voice. Okay,
A growl, huh? Okay. I'm always
I
down for a
listened.
growl.
I listened to a couple of her songs that were on Spotify, and
Uh-huh.
I really feel like she'd do really well with a ballad. Like listening at
Yes.
what she had uploaded.
That's all I
And
need.
then Lily, you didn't once tell me you went to school with a girl named Cafeteria. Okay, that's different.
No, I'm sorry. I know we just talked about like we don't do that, but at the same time, I was just so startled by that information. There was really a girl named Cafeteria.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So tell
And
me about
then
that.
recently I found out I know what country she's from, and I found out
Okay.
recently people from that country tend to have wild names like that.
Mm,
Where it's just kind of like whatever their parents think sounds good is what they tend to name their kids. So
Mhm.
there'll be people who like who just have like bizarre names, and then like it's like it kind of is a cultural thing, I think,
Uh-huh.
where they just go, oh, I like the way that sounds, like that they name their kids that sort of thing.
Mhm.
And it's like that's how people get names like I know someone else from there, and her name is Chandelier. And it's because her
Okay,
mom
I
just likes the
understand,
way
like,
Chandelier sounded. And
acoustically,
like
it sounds
it just, oh,
nice.
that sounds nice. It's weird. I know it's, but yes, her name was Cafeteria. Her middle name was Unique.
Mhm.
Um,
I love
and
that, cafeteria unique. That's great.
yeah, like I can't believe that was that. Thank you for bringing that back up, Aria. I
Hey,
do remember
I
that.
used to work with a girl named Delicious. Um, so
Again, we're kind of in these wild places here.
yeah.
But yeah, let's go ahead now and go over to the next bit of information. I guess we're gonna go ahead and head into like national final stuff that happened,
I think so, yeah.
because things got a little chaotic this week. Like the floodgates opened.
Oh my
Um,
gosh, you
we
guys.
kind of had to be
Oh my
selective
gosh.
with what songs we talk about,
Mhm.
and like what acts we talk about. Let's just hit on UMK real quick and just mention we got our list of artists. So Cyan
And they're
Kicks is
coming out
back.
little by little, yeah.
Yeah. So their songs aren't all like out yet. We're not gonna talk about the songs. We can save that for like next week or whatever.
Mhm.
But we got our list of artists. So Cyan Kicks is back, and they're gonna be ooh, I'm gonna cough.
Cyan Kicks is
Sorry.
back with the song Dancing with Demons.
Yeah. I'm glad to see that they're back. I like
Me
their
too.
song. Was it
Hurricane
Hurricane?
Hurricane,
Yeah.
yeah. That should have won instead of the Rasmus.
Then we have Jesse Martin with the song Glow.
Mhm.
And we have Mikael Gabriel and Nubulu with Vox Populi. I know what that means in Latin. I don't know what that means in Finnish.
I think it is the Latin title.
Okay. So
Mhm.
Voice of the People.
Mhm.
Okay, then we have Sarah Cipolla with Pascana.
Mhm.
Sex Main with Mania. Sini Sabotage with Cuori Moi. And then Windows 95 Man with No Rules. So how are we feeling about this list so far?
Well, like UMK has stayed kind of at the same totem, I'd say, when it comes to diversity. I have not heard mania of the songs that are out yet. I've heard Cyan Kicks is Dancing with Demons, and I thought that was a pretty solid track. They're gonna show us even more diversity from then on. I also want to
Mm-hmm.
bring up that it's a really interesting fact that Sex Main, that artist, is Isaac Sene's brother from if you guys remember,
Oh,
I believe
okay.
it was 2022, and Sex Main's government name is it's an interpolation of the fact that Sene is the last name. So Isaac Sene's brother, who's going to be submitting what I believe to be a pop track. I think Mania is a pop track. So that's an interesting bit of information.
So more Senegalese people. Okay,
More Senegalese people, yeah.
they're
The
having a
Senegalese
moment.
population in Finland has been showing out. Like,
I
dang.
don't know how many there are, but it just makes me think because my
there has
stepdad,
to
he
be a,
like,
there has to be a pretty big diaspora, I think.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like my stepdad is from Senegal, and I used to always laugh because he loves cold weather.
Mhm.
So I don't know. He went to Michigan instead of Finland. Maybe he should have gone to Finland.
Hey, you would have been able to work at like Burger King for a pension. So
Well, he is a chef.
there you
So
go.
Burger King wouldn't be it.
So yeah, that
Sorry.
was UMK, you
Yeah.
guys.
So UMK we're kind of brief on just because
Mhm.
I want to hear all the songs. I haven't listened to any of the songs yet. Um, just because like
I
I
kind of
wait
want to
until they're all
save
out.
it. Yeah, I'm gonna save it for when they're all out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I did save until they were all out for was Ireland. Because
Mhm.
Ireland decided to go insane this year. Let's go ahead and talk about like just kind of run through the list of these artists. So we have Alsha with Gotoban,
Mhm.
which I want to have a conversation about that song. I really
Okay.
do.
Hell yeah.
Then we have Erica Cody with Love Me Like I Do. Isabella Kearney with Let Me Be the Fire. And I don't know, is it Jello or
No,
I said Jalal.
I think it's JLOL kind of sound. JLOL, you know?
Okay, JLL. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going with Jalal.
Mm.
Um,
I see
at
why.
one point, featuring Toshin with Judas.
Mhm.
Then we have Bambi Thug with Doomsday Blues. And next in line with Love Like Us. So, um,
I've only heard two of these songs, so tell
how have you
me.
only heard two of these? Okay, it's a wild lineup. It's an improvement. It's
Good.
it's a
Ireland, come on. You
dramatic
got this,
improvement
girl. Ireland, come
over
on.
the way that they've been doing their national final
Mhm.
recently. Like legitimately, it's completely different. Kind of running through things. Erica Cody, Love Me Like I Do, kind of like a standard dancey pop track.
Mhm.
It's about like basically going to the club and having a good time, but you're not taking a guy home because he can't treat you as good as you can treat yourself. Enjoying that sentiment.
For the wind in my hair,
Elizabeth
love is still there, love, but I'm loving me.
Isabella
Yeah.
Kearney, another dancey upbeat track,
Mhm.
solid like kind of choice there. It's kind of your standard thing. Um Yalal or JLL, whatever with
That's
Toshin,
just how I've decided to pronounce it.
you would like it. It's kind of a
Mhm.
hip hop track, but it's very much spoken word style. Um,
Okay.
when I first listened to it, I was doing like a first reaction video that I haven't edited yet, so I'm kind of talking over it, which I really shouldn't be doing because it's one of those ones you have to focus on.
Mm.
But I can't just play the track, you know what I mean? Like you have to
Yeah.
kind of speak through your reactions.
Yeah.
Um, then we have Alsha with Go Tabana or Tabana Go Taban. Insane. It's like when you
That
first
is
start
one of the
listening
two
to it,
tracks
you're
I've
just
heard.
like, what? What's happening? And then it's like, it's chaotic, but in a good way. And it's
Mhm.
like kind of hyper poppy. It honestly makes me think of like a fighting game soundtrack.
Yes, that's the perfect way to describe
And
it.
it's like, it feels like you're playing Tekken or like the Mortal Kombat theme. Like
Soul Calibur, like one of those
it's
dueling
great.
games. Yeah.
It's really good.
And I love a fighting
Um,
game. I grew up on fighting games, you guys.
see here. Next in line, awful. Uh,
Really? Okay.
we've got
Do you think I
says
would
this.
think it's awful?
It's like I
Or
know
is it
there's a
like,
Filipino. One of the boys is
oh
Filipino.
yeah, it's the boy group. It's the boy group. But having a Filipino in the band doesn't necessarily mean anything. Look at that one Spanish girl group from last year. They had the Filipina, they made her rap. And
I mean, it's like your standard boy. It's like Louis Walsh is like the producer or like the person, whatever. It's one of his boy bands. So like
okay,
it's
so it's gonna be kind
standard,
of like
kind of
a
like his
pop
thing.
Disney-ish sound
Yeah,
almost.
it's not for me. I'm a 30-year-old teenage girl. I'm not an actual teenage girl, so I'm too old for this. Um,
You're 18
you
with 12
know,
years experience.
I mean, exactly. We established this on my resume. And then the last one, Bambi Thug, Doomsday Blues. They lost. Like it's chaotic, but like it's so club kid. It's like insanity. Like it's good. It's like people love it for a reason, and I totally get why. Like for me, it's between Bambi Thug and Alicia, or I'm not
Mhm.
Alicia, Alsha. I keep my computer auto corrected when I was typing her name. Okay.
I've seen a lot of
So
heat for Doomsday Blue. Like I've seen a lot of love for it. And that's after kind of like the big hype moment that Gotaban had.
okay, so we have Arya winning Sun. Bambi means a lot to me. They were the first concert I ever went to, and I met them afterwards. Also, talked to them on DMs a few times, and they are very humble and such a sweetheart. I'm happy to
Awesome.
hear that because they
All
come off that
already
kind of
supporting. Mhm.
way. They're such a phenomenal performer and performer too, and they can scream like a banshee. While in the splits, I will not tolerate Bambi slander, as you should not. Like that
Ride or
it's
die.
how do I phrase this? It's the kind of song that's not going to be for the general public, but it's interesting.
I don't need a
And
song
like
for the general pub.
it's one of those songs that like if you haven't heard it yet. So when you go to
Mhm.
listen to it, you're like, what's happening? A lot like with you've heard Go to Bond, which is insanity. Um, it's like the range of their voice when they're performing on that song goes from like these really pretty, like, standard vocal notes that are very, like, kind of high to more of, like, a screaming, kind of chaotic demon situation. I think at one point I described it as demonic child. It's crazy, but the name of the
Oh.
song is Doomsday Blue. So, like, it suits that at the same time. It has, like, the chaos of the end of the world,
So
if that makes
we're kind
sense.
of aiming for an apocalyptic aesthetic thing.
Yes.
Interesting.
Apocalyptic,
Yeah, I like that.
it's like, have you ever seen Mad Max Thunderdome? Tina Turner in that movie.
No, but I've seen plenty of memes and I've seen like a movie analysis on it. So
I love it. I love that movie. It's terrible. It's kind of like a Mad Max at a queer club situation.
that sounds like my kind of joint, y'all.
It's
That sounds
honestly,
exactly like the kind of club I would show up at.
it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I'm just trying to see here.
Doomsday
I
Blue.
can't
And I
read
love the
stuff.
title. Like the
Can't
title
see.
is just so badass.
All right. Peter Hadich says Ireland may take a risk, but depends if they pick the right song. Personally, from risky options, I like more Bambi Thug, but Elsha is a better option. I think Elsha's maybe more accessible than Bambi Thug is, but like they're both so insane. And like it's coming out of nowhere. It's honestly one of those things where I can't see either of those not qualifying. You know what I mean? It kind of has that vibe to it. Whereas with the other ones, they're just so standard.
Or we might be different. We might be unique.
Oh my gosh. Here's the thing. I feel like that's what's gonna win.
No, I understand that to be a fear. I've seen that expressed on the internet that's a fear.
And I look at that and go, this is what's gonna end up winning. And it's gonna be like, Ireland, when are you gonna learn your lesson?
Even when you have something interesting, you
when
cannot look in that direction.
When are you gonna learn your lesson, Ireland?
They might though. This year they actually might. They might. We're optimists here for the Irish this year. I'm deciding.
I would love Ireland to get their act together. I've had my theory. I've expressed. Once Sweden got that 7th win, Ireland is gonna be like, oh shit, we gotta get it together. We're no longer the most successful country at Eurovision. We gotta get this together.
Because Sweden's gonna lap you. They're gonna lap you quick.
Yeah, because like I mean, looking at the lineup, like even like you can't play it safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially with 100% televote to qualify, you can't be safe.
And the ones that are safe are also the ones that are kind of on trend for just Irish entries at Eurovision.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm gonna say all of these songs would be an improvement. All these songs but one would be an improvement on last year.
And that one is the one that we should just be very wary about.
Yeah, like I don't want to seem like a hater, but like it's so safe.
But yeah, if Ireland wants to change their trend, then they can't be going for that.
Right, Aria Winning Sun says Bambi is the right amount of chaos. Elsha for me is just way too much. I find the key change grating. Okay.
I also didn't love the key change. It might grow on me, but it's good that you clocked that because yeah.
It just makes me think of that dance remix of Mortal Kombat. And that song goes hard. So anything that makes me think of that is a positive. I don't mind the key change personally. It's just like there's a lot happening. A lot happening. I genuinely screamed at the top of my lungs when the announcement came out. I was tearing up. I love how how much love they got. Yeah, and that's
it's time to convince some Irish people to vote.
Yeah. Let me see here. All right, I am scrolling. Let's go ahead and talk about Moldova's the next one on my list.
Moldova. Okay. You guys.
I had a good time yesterday morning. I woke up at 9 a.m. and I sat through that.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I lost 3 months off the end of my life, but it was worth it. It was worth it, you guys.
It was
Etapa Nacional 2024 was 30 songs of just struggle. But the finalists make sense. The finalists absolutely make sense.
No, Tudor should be in the final.
Tudorel. No, yeah, he should. He should be in the
I
final. That was a
was
jam. It was kind of a
I
jam,
honestly
like a
I was
cocoa melon
worried.
jam.
We hadn't seen him for a year, so I was worried he may have died. But nope, he came back. Came back and
Demonstrably
got me.
alive.
It's like people just like not understanding why we love this man. It's the same energy as like people being confused when people say that Io Erdbury is Irish. Like, what is happening? No, no. Honestly, it was chaotic. There was some cheese. But what is it? Regina, Alexandrina, bringing her accordion.
Oh my
I didn't
god.
know.
Contrasense. It's just like, here's this big bulky thing, you guys.
I honestly, anytime there's an accordion, you have won me over. I
Mhm.
feel like if we make a bingo card for like Eurovision national finals, the free space and like Moldova should just be like, see you next Tuesday, accordions. Like just that's what
That's exactly what it delivered too. And I'll be honest, I kind of liked it. I kind of
I loved it.
liked it.
It was great. It wasn't my favorite. My favorite was No Space, No Time by OL. And like
Yes. That was
wasn't giving me direct to VHS children's movie theme song 100%.
sung by a
But
litigation
like
coordinator
yes.
with horns.
She's got like, no, I loved it. I thought it was so great. Like, I mean, I don't know what to say other than like I enjoyed every second of it and good for her.
Every second was the climax.
Honestly,
Every second was the
and
climax.
we're laughing, but that song has like this instant nostalgic quality to it.
Mhm.
Like you just with some minimal tweaking, that could do really well, I feel like, at
Mhm.
Eurovision proper. I just like there's something about it that like
It has that jury essence to it, where it's just like you know the juries that value dramatic vocal are going to hone in on that.
but it's like also kind of kitschy. It feels very like 90s radio ballad too. Like there's just something about it that's really pleasing and I'm
Mhm.
very much into it.
All we need is like that like wood block percussion from the 90s, you know, when they just
Oh
like
my
hit the wood
gosh.
block every like 2 bars. Tudor
Peter
didn't
Hadich.
qualify for the 6th time. He's gonna make it, okay? He's gonna make it, if not next year, then the year after that, and he'll be the invincible force.
Yeah, honestly, we laugh about oh my god, what's that man's name in Latvia?
Marcus Riva?
Thank you. My joke got ruined. We laugh about Marcus Riva not qualifying for Eurovision yet, but Marcus Riva couldn't make music half as interesting as Turnell does. Let's be honest.
And also, Tudor has like years and years under his belt. I mean, so does Marcus, but Tudor,
Did you
yeah.
see the tour fan cams?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
The 1 to 2
I love the K-popification of like older national final acts. Keep doing it, you guys. It is providing me timeline quality.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Oh, that's about Ireland. You need to listen to Ireland, Augusto. Trust me, it's
I
chaotic.
need to listen to. Mm-hmm.
There are even some options like Pasha and maybe even Tonatel more. Wait, what? Valeria Pasha, Anti Princess. That was fun. I think Pasha wrote that one.
Mm.
So again,
You like how both Fevers qualified?
I like how both Beavers did qualify.
And
Who was
neither of
the
Olive
kid?
Sky's songs qualified?
No. Why one of Y Limit's songs got 3 Revolution, which is the
Mhm.
first one.
It was the better one. It was the
Yeah.
better one.
I feel
For
like he
sure.
changed outfits partway through.
Mhm. Olive didn't.
No, where is the Okay, I'm kind of surprised that kid who showed up at his prom outfit didn't qualify. The one who came through who's like
Which one?
16 who looked like he was the one who looked like he was singing at his sister's wedding.
Ah, what did he sing? What did he
I
sing?
don't remember the song. It was not good, but his voice was really nice. I want him to show up again like next year with like a better song.
Okay. And yeah, let me know if you remember his name. I'm looking at the list of qualifiers right now. I'm
Yeah,
trying.
I'm looking at the list of qualifiers too, like the people who jumped out at me.
Contrasense, I
Um,
think that was probably like my favorite song off the bat that qualified. But I do also like Julia's, no, Catalina's Fever. Not Victor's Fever,
yeah.
Catalina's Fever. I think that one just makes the most sense to get like a Eurovision semifinal vote.
I mean, honestly, I feel like Anti Princess has that kind of thing going on too. I mean,
Mm,
here at this point, these are all also kind of demos,
yeah.
and like once, because the thing is, like, that's what I like about Moldova is like they give you the dirty. They're not gonna just show up with the finished product. They want you to see how
Mm-mm.
the sausage is made. How to
Mm-hmm.
sausage? Sorry. Um, I
Like,
apologize. You not know that YouTube
no, but
channel?
the like sausage guy, he
Yeah,
made like a water sausage at one point. I know,
yeah.
yeah. He has like that really thick, I want to say East Coast accent.
Chicago.
Oh, that's a Chicago accent. Okay.
That's
As a
the Bears.
Californian, I'm disoriented from other American accents.
Yeah, no, yeah, no, like that. I'm sorry, I showed my mom that. She's like, "Why is this funny to you?" I'm like, "I don't know. You can't fix me." Um,
It was
but you know,
hilarious.
Moldova gives us everything. Malta does too, and I think
Malta
that's
does
kind
as
of why
well.
those two national finals have like a bad reputation. But like, these are just
We
demos, baby.
and we did finally get like a date for the Maltese final kind of run.
It's gonna be the
So
first week of February.
yeah, first week of February, and I
Isn't that when the
believe the
Super
songs are
Bowl
going to be
happens?
decided. Oh, I think it is Super Bowl.
The
I think it
Superb
is.
Owl. Um, oh no,
What
that's
I
the
thought?
birthday. It's the same day as the birthday of the girl who lives up the street from me, who
Oh,
has 5 kids. Um,
is on Malta Day.
it's on Malta Day. Yep. Sorry, it's kind of weird. Yeah, no, that's interesting. But no, I
So on the
think that
3rd of
Moldova has
February.
options. Okay, so it's a day after her birthday. It's
Mhm.
also the same day as Benidorm Fest.
Oh yeah, it is the same day, huh?
Aren't there
Ooh, that's
like a
gonna be
few
fun.
finals happening that day?
I have like a physical calendar on the other side of the room where I
Oh,
actually
mental
did
por
write all
favor.
of them down.
I have
I
them on my phone. Hold on.
That's a good idea too.
You
So
entertain the
yeah,
people.
so you guys, Moldova. When it comes to Moldova, there are a couple options that I see going to Eurovision, but I feel like a lot of them will struggle to qualify. Like I just taking it completely seriously, I'm not a ton convinced that we're gonna see like a Moldovan what's it called, like sudden jump toward the end, because you know how sometimes they just pick like a really kind of weird song, but then they do really good in the televote because in the final there was just that kind of energy that encompassed it. I don't think that's gonna happen this year. But if we're gonna move on from Moldova onto Malta to keep good on time, we have the running order
Yeah.
for the final, you guys.
Yeah, we did. Go ahead and read that running order. What the
Yeah,
heck?
so the final running order in Malta is going to be Mariana Conte with Venom, Sara Bonici with Loop, Greta Tude with Topic Blah Blah, Janville with Man, Haley Azzopardi with Tell Me That It's Over, Ryan Healy with Karma, Erba with Sirena, Nathan with Ghost,
Oh my
Denise with
gosh.
Mara, huh?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Keep going.
Matt Black singing Banana, Gail Latard singing Wild Card, and Lisa Gauci closing the show with Breathe. You were saying?
Okay. I was gonna say Malta's national final looks like they're going for like that San Remo Festival y Kingas format.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have night 1 on the 29th of January. And then we're gonna go from that to a night 2 on the 30th.
Mm-hmm.
Then on the 1st of February is night 4, which they're gonna play music videos for. Who knows? Um, night 5 is nostalgia night on the
That,
2nd.
okay, San Remo,
And
Fick.
then night 6 will be happening on the 3rd.
And that's, I'm guessing, decision day.
Yeah, like it's really honestly, I'm looking at like, do we need to have 6 nights in Malta?
I,
Um,
gosh. Get your broadcast money.
do we need this? I don't know. I'm honestly curious for nostalgia night though. I feel like that's gonna be a lot of fun.
I hope they tap into like the Maltese ballads from the 90s because those are some of the most perfect ballads in Eurovision, in my opinion. Maltese ballads in the 90s.
If if I don't see Kiara, I'm gonna be angry.
Oh my
If I don't
gosh.
see her, I'm gonna have to fight somebody.
Where's my angel?
That's a lot happening. And looking at the lineup on the third, we have Malta making their choice.
Mhm.
That's also the final for Melodi Grand Prix, Benidorm Fest, and Vidbir.
Thank you for telling me I need to get that day off now.
Yeah, take that day off now. I
I'm
already
taking that
have
day
that day
off now.
off.
Good. That's an excellent idea. I should definitely do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at one of the days I'm gonna be on vacation for. That's also gonna be a rough one.
Mm.
Interesting. But yeah, no. Sorry, we kind of went off on a tangent. That day's gonna be a
So
little
yeah, you
chaotic.
guys, Malta's 6 days. 6 days. We have
I don't feel like
nostalgia. We have
I don't
cover.
think they need 6 days.
They definitely don't. They need one night for a final. They need a single night. But okay, go off, girl. Peter says February 3rd is the busiest day, but not on the same level as last year's Super Saturday. I feel like there were like 10 that day or something. It was a crazy amount.
It was too many.
Yeah.
Way too many. Malta, Norway, Ukraine, and Spain all have their finals on February 3rd. Okay.
I wonder if we're gonna hear a Eurovision winner on that day.
Having listened, never mind. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say.
Mark says Matt Black is like 50% in the odds in Malta.
Please don't.
I
do this
take
to me.
issue with that. I really dislike that song. I dislike the performance.
Oh, it makes me uncomfortable. It makes me so uncomfortable. I don't like it. Let's talk about Norway.
Let's talk about Norway.
So last night Norway had their first semi. Margaret Berger, Ingrid Jasmine, and Goth Minister all qualified. Thoughts about the show? Qualification?
Yes. So, gosh, I have thoughts about every single entry because they were just so different from one each other, like another. I'll keep it brief. My favorite song coming out of that was Aya by Ingrid Jasmine. I understand
she was
that
fab.
It's 100% like Eurovision formula for like 2020s. It's meant for Eurovision. It's formulaically like geared that way, and I'm eating it up 100%. It is so good. Love the dance break. Ugh.
Listen to her other stuff. She's good. She's really good. I like her a lot. Yeah. My biggest thing is I can use more energy from the dance break. It's kind of letting me down. It's like Watch My Waist from last year, where like I want more. I want something more from this dance break happening.
Shut up and watch my waist. She runs off stage. Never forget that. Anyways, Aya was excellent. That I want to say is my winner coming out of it. How about yours?
Same. Aya was my winner coming out. Oblivion was fabulous. Margaret Berger,
Oblivion was great. Her. Yeah, awesome little
People
like Chase bank teller.
People were comparing it to I Can't Go On, which I don't see, other than the fact they're wearing suits. Yeah, people said that the staging made them think of I Can't Go On, and I'm like, are we watching the same thing?
You know how many dance numbers in suits have been since then?
Since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. My biggest issue is like there were some really good shots, but I felt like the camera movements weren't thought out. If that makes sense, it kind of felt lacking.
Yeah,
I would say these are the three I would have qualified.
Yeah,
out of the performances.
That was right.
I'm not big on We Come Alive. I find it to be super repetitive and boring.
It kind of has the blood and glitter issue with me, where it's just like so repetitive that you've lost me by like the halfway through the song.
I thought the staging though was good, and
it was really good.
The way they did the staging made it so I wasn't getting distracted. If that makes sense. Like it kind of like it was very
leaning more on the visual than acoustic.
And that helped play it up and like give us something else to watch, so that even though the song is so repetitive, there was always something happening in the visual.
Yeah, and so your eyes are glued to the screen. I agree.
Other ones, I think that what was it?
I love Mira's Heart on Fire just for being the Melfestiest thing I've ever heard in my life. It was the most Melfest thing I've ever seen so far this year.
I like the song. I think the song is cute. I thought the stage was just too dark.
It was. The light was too they needed to turn it up just a little bit more. Add a little
Mhm.
white because it was so red, and the pink
Yeah.
was so, like, I don't wanna say harsh, but it was so deep.
It it just came off really like I didn't like it. I felt like the lighting was kind of suspicious on everything though. It just like you know how like
Mhm.
everything in like Festival like King is too bright?
Yeah.
This just like
Ashy
everything was
bright.
too dark. Like they
Yeah.
couldn't afford the light bill in Norway. I don't know. I know they have like oil and natural gas reserves. Norway. Come on.
And that's come on, electrical power, convert that.
Yeah, and they got like hydropower and stuff. Like they got stuff to make energy with. It's just
Mhm. But Mira, yeah, it was too dark to see her, like, her features, her face, like, when she was,
yeah.
like, back behind, not behind, but when she was, like, toward upper stage, yeah, you couldn't really see her face, and that was,
Yeah. Um I don't really have anything to say about the
Woman
FMC.
Show is a bowling alley song. It's like, "Strike!" You know, it's that kind of music. It's like, "I'm at a bowling alley." That yeah. I and just for the sake of being fair, I'm also gonna throw, like, Frederick Holland Stranded in there so that, like, I guess we have talked about all of them. Post Ed Sheeran kind of a sound, acoustic piano, wasn't in love with it, and he was kind of flat the whole time.
You know what's kind of interesting? I was reading about him. He's like a blues guitarist.
Is he really?
Yeah, he
That would have
started
been
out
so
playing
nice.
guitar. He's a guitarist. Like he like got like he's been in like magazines. One has won awards for his guitar playing.
Where was
And
that?
like they played a clip of him playing guitar as a kid. Like he's a good guitarist. I would have loved to have seen
Hmm.
something like that instead of this like boring male piano ballad.
Yeah, this
We have a
S.D. Lowell ballad.
we have like a dozen of these a year.
Mhm.
I would have loved to have seen him play
Blues
guitar.
guitar? No
Yeah, he's
one
a
has
blues
done that this
guitarist.
year. We don't have
We
that yet.
barely did that ever. Last time we had anything that had blues guitar heavy in it was the UK National Final 2018.
Mm.
I want to say
Wow,
no,
that's recent.
no, 2019. The Czech National Final. There was some like
2019, the Czech National
heavy
Final.
organ blues vibes. We don't get it very often.
Mhm.
Like it's just disappointing because
Frederick,
like
come back with something that you're really, really good at. I promise that we're gonna love it, and Norway's probably gonna love it.
it would be more interesting than that. I don't have anything to say
Stranded
about his
was a
performances at
nothing
this stage.
sandwich. Yeah, it just did nothing the whole time for
And I
me.
think he's on crutches right now, which I totally get. They need to have him sit down.
Mhm.
Cool, but like
You could sit down with a blues guitar,
yeah, like
easy.
I don't know. I felt disappointed. And how do I say this? Finding out that he does blues guitar, I was disappointed even more about the song.
Mm.
Um,
That does create more disappointment for me as well.
yeah, let's talk about Semi 2, which is gonna be happening next week.
Yeah,
So we have in the lineup Dog Eric and Dog Eric Oxford and Anne Fagamon with Judge Tenderly of Me. That's such an awkward song title. I keep saying it
I
wrong.
love it. But it's so, like, pretty. I like the song title. It's clunky and it's awkward, but it's pretty.
And then we have Ellie Kirsten with Touch of Venus, Farida with Heartache,
Mhm.
Gata with Urvahem, Milia with no, that's Emilio. Malia with Your Mind, and then Super Rob and Erica Norwich with My AI.
I'm gonna say right now, there's one song in this heat that could do an upset to Aya for me. There's one song.
I'm
I don't
curious.
know. I
Is it
don't think
Gata?
it's you got it.
Yeah,
Once
I love
again, you
Gata.
got it. It's so good. It's like it's kind of like the Norwegian heaviness that you expect in, like, cold country metal, you know? It's got, like, a Nordic screech. Mm. It's just
hmm
it's so Nordic and it's so deep. I love it.
It's
But
really
yeah,
good.
that's
I like it a
I
lot
really
too.
anticipate a good performance for that song.
It's like kind of like the Norwegian answer to kind of like Fluent or like what Ukraine's been
Yeah.
doing the last few years.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Finland's a good, like, comparison, except they take, like, a metal route.
yeah, like Shroom, things like that, or
Mhm.
even yeah, no, it's
Heavy
good.
ethno,
Heavy ethno,
it works. It
ethno
do work.
metal. No, it's not really metal. But like it has that like heavy because that's what you think of when you think of Norwegian music. I mean, at least for
Mhm.
me. Because like
No,
my
yeah.
default is
Before Eurovision, that's what
yeah,
I would have thought as well.
yeah, something heavier. Um, I really like that one a lot. I also
Mhm.
really like Judge Tenderly of Me.
It's
Even though the title is
pretty.
so
It's
clunky,
so
I hate
pretty.
there's some weird stuff happening lyrically in the chorus that kind of distracts me. But
Mhm.
like it's like a country duet. I do like a country duet. Sue Me. It's like it's just really pleasant and like it has a warm vibe. I really enjoy it.
Hmm. It does. It has like a kind of like it's the American experience of like a road trip kind of a sound, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you're driving across the country, you're seeing all the people and like the landscapes. It's the kind of song that would like come on the radio or something.
Yeah. I really do like that one a lot.
Mhm. It's very
Other
pretty.
things to talk about. You want to talk about the odds favorite to win the whole contest?
Oh my God. So you guys, if you like that super Rob situation with like my AI, that is set to win because you know that we're at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. We're at Disneyland Anaheim. We
Oh, we're
are
continuing.
at
That would be a
Grand
continuation of
Rapids.
Norway's adventures into theme park territory.
I feel like we've entered into theme park territory in 2018 and we've just kind of been stuck in line at a roller coaster for 5 years.
I don't understand the appeal. It makes me feel like I'm at an anime convention in like 2006. A very there's yaoi paddles. There's that's a deep cut for anyone who was there. Um, there's
Why does my nose suddenly fill with like a yeasty smell?
as it should. Um, everyone's caramel dancing.
I
Just it's
I was a caramel dancing girl, okay? Every time that song came on, what am I saying? Anyway.
awful. Dina Na.
Oh
Um,
my gosh, Dina, nah.
you didn't know she was in Caramel Girls?
No, I found that out. I found that out like 2 years ago, and I was tripping because I can do the whole caramel dancing dance. Like you got no clue.
There's
I got all the anime dances on lock. I was that kind of otaku.
there's not a lot to the Caramel Dance and Dance.
There's like 3 legitimate steps.
Okay, there you go. But yeah, no, I just there's that, and then to talk about the other ones kind of competing, I think Heartache's not bad.
I
Um,
think it needs to grow on me still. I have not quite accessed it yet. I
my
like
first listen, I
Marita's
didn't mind it.
artistry,
Mhm.
but I don't know. I don't really know how I
I
feel.
think it has some good storytelling happening there.
Yeah, I
That
like the
still is like really
storytelling.
a pop.
Uh-huh.
Um, then what is it? The one Mileo with You're Mine. I hate that lyrically. No,
Oh, I don't
it's
like that
like
song at all.
I feel like the last couple of years, Norway's also always had at least one song of a man with some questionable lyrics about women.
Mhm.
Um, don't like that. Um,
Yeah, this whole like
yeah.
possession-y kind of sound to it. It's
It
just
says he killed her and she's buried in the ground.
I didn't pick that up the first time I heard it. And I haven't heard it since. Yikes. Well, I mean, I would have
I
seen that
mean,
live.
like what? It's like it's obvious it's playing a character, and it's kind of like what have I ever told you I do for a living, kind of a vibe going on. But
Mhm.
like it just comes off as weird when it's like an upbeat pop track.
And it's not even that good of a track. Like I find it
It's
grating. I
just
find it kind of like you would hear this at the end of like a Disney Channel movie when the villain is like getting their way,
I guess.
kind of a thing.
And then last one we haven't talked about yet, Touch of Venus by Illy Kirsten. She seems like she's having a good time.
I like
And
how
that's what's
dramatic it
important.
is. It is dramatic. That
It
song
is so
is
dramatic.
that song is soap opera.
It's
For that,
like
I love it.
exactly. It's fun. It's fun. It definitely comes off as like total soap opera vibes. She's having herself a
You
time.
just feel the amount of emotion in the vocalization. You don't get that in the semifinal, except for this.
Yeah. So that's that. What's happening with Norway?
Yeah, that'll be
We'll
next
see
week.
what goes on next week. Next week we'll have the results, and next week we'll talk about the last 6 songs competing,
Yeah, and
including
that'll be
the,
the last 6.
and then we'll be done with Norway. Let's go ahead and talk about Lithuania. Our last
Yay!
topic.
Oh my gosh, I've been waiting. Lithuania was so
Honestly,
good, you guys. It was so good.
yeah. I think the two songs that qualified, which were Sylvester Belt with Lukok, and then BB Gang with Kaboom, agreed.
Let's talk about Look Talk really quick because that song, ooh, it is so clean.
Unexpected.
It
It
is
was
so fresh.
so clean, so fresh, so cool. The staging was excellent. Like it
Vocals
was a
were
great performance. And
mm.
I'm like, are we watching the Lithuanian national final right
Because
now?
this feels like
It's what we
Eurovision
watch.
to me. I got winner vibes from this. I got Lithuanian winner from
Excellent.
this.
Lithuania the last few years has really been bringing it.
Mhm. And although I don't really like their songs, I do have to give credit to the Roop for that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like they kind of like turned it around for Lithuania. Monica following them up, and then Monica following them up. Even though last year I really would have liked, I think that Riddimer would have done better. But
Rudimar, I feel like would have gotten a higher result in retrospect.
but honestly, no, Luke Luke, oh my gosh, Luke Luke was really good. I think Lithuania can really, be proud of that one.
Yeah.
And then Kaboom, while it's chaos,
It's hyper.
here's what it was. You know what it made me think of? Remember over the summer, Planet of the Bass was kind of like the meme. It's giving me Planet of the Bass.
That makes
but
sense,
like
yeah.
it works for me though, because it's like it's not taking itself seriously at all. It's like it knows what it's doing, but it doesn't feel like it's trying to like insult that like terrible 90s Euro dance thing. It feels like it's just one of their
it feels like an adaptation.
Yeah. I think it's like crazy Lithuanian party music is like I think what the one singer kept saying in the postcard. And I'm like, yeah, that's what it's giving me. It's like it just feels like a love letter to that kind of era of this kind of music. And it feels
in a
nice
genuine way.
In a genuine way. It doesn't feel like you're trying to like cash it on anything. It feels good, and I do like it.
And I love a BPM increase in songs like this, like how it just like gets faster for that chunk. I like that.
Yeah. Robot is coming next week. Oh, that's about
sure is.
Philip Alosh vibes. Is that about
I think that's about Luke Talk.
Yeah, looks as it should be.
I completely get it. And we need that at Eurovision. I personally hope this kind of song wins. If not in Lithuania, then at least some national final where you get like this really, really crisp pop sound with good, like recognizable percussion and like a soft male vocal,
Yeah.
We don't get that very much at all anymore.
Yeah, honestly, I would love to see that. Like, if Lithuania wants to be like, you know what, we're good. I'd be okay with it at this point. It's a solid song, and I think that they can really. I like this trajectory Lithuania's been on recently.
Yeah, keep going, keep taking risks, keep experimenting.
Struggled recently in times past, but they've kind of turned it around. And I mean, they're the only Baltic that doesn't have a win.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like Lithuania. I feel like Lithuania is not expensive.
Vilnius or like what was it, Kaunas, I believe, was like the
yeah.
more likely city. I would be so down to go to Lithuania because I also feel like they can party. I also feel like they can party.
So yeah, and that's kind of it. So we'll be back again next week. Next week we'll talk about the songs from Finland because we'll have had them all.
We're gonna have some more articles out too.
Yeah, some more articles. Keep an eye out if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel. Be subscribed because we got some good stuff coming your way this week. Also, like keep an eye on the community tab. I post all kinds of fun things like polls and stuff there. I think once we head into like the final kind of like finals, we'll have more polls coming up. And so thank you all so much for joining. If you enjoyed the video and you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Give us a like. It does help boost the algorithm, and leave some comments if you want to. Thank you all so much for joining us, and we'll see you again next week. So
love you guys.
Bye.
See you next time.